Hey, welcome back to another video. My name is Zaria. If this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, thank you so much. I am so excited for today's video because we get to do my favorite thing in the whole wide world, which is makeup. And although I did start a makeup diary series on my channel, this is kind of more of a routine and it's less talky. But if you do want to see more makeup videos from me, let me know by the end of this video because I am willing to give it out, whether you want to see it or not. I'm also so sad because I filmed this video last night, but my mic wasn't on. So the entire video is with no audio. So this better be on right now. I'm not playing because that is so disappointing. But I feel like that is enough talking. Our attention spans are already short enough. Let's just get right into the video. I'm going to go in with some moisturizer. This is the Pond's face cream, and I'm going to just moisturize my face with this before I go in and prime. Okay. I also am kind of excited because I feel like yesterday's video was just like me trying out a new eyeshadow look, because I was saying last night is that I really don't do eyeshadow. I used to try to get into it a few years back, but I just couldn't seem to comprehend it because I do have like a hooded eye, and so eyeshadow has always been hard for me to pick up and want to get into. But the older I am getting and the more feminine I become, I just think eyeshadow is just what I've been missing to elevate my looks. I want to take about this much and intentionally put it underneath my eye as like an eye cream, because to eliminate as much creasing as possible by really hydrating that area. Just last night I was thinking about the PFP. I think that's what it's called. If I'm not correct, I'll put it on the screen, where they take your blood, spin it, and then they re-inject it underneath your eyes, because that creasing that I have, the creasing is annoying. It kind of messes up your makeup. Now that I am all moisturized, I'm going to go in with my edge control as an eyebrow gel to help sleek these hairs in the right direction. And then I'm going to take my Maybelline Express Brow in the shade Deep Brown to brush up my eyebrows. I like to really push that gel in and push my eyebrow hairs up. I see a few hairs underneath my eyebrows, so I'm gonna head and clean that up real quick. I'm gonna come right back. Using the other side, I like to draw a line on the bottom of my eyebrows. So just kind of watch as I go because it's really not that hard. I feel like after I do the bottom line, I like to start from that line and kind of fill it in just a little bit where there is some blank spaces. I love my eyebrows. They're my favorite step of the routine between eyebrows and blush. Kind of literally just like that. And then I take the spoolie end again and I feather out the line in the front, just the front, literally just like that. You see the difference? And then do the same thing to the other side. And depending on my hairs, I might need to go in and swoop them down. This side needs to be swooped down. And then I can kind of gauge on where it needs more filling in at. And just like that, my eyebrows are done. Going in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, I'm going to pump some of this in the palm of my hand, a quite lengthy amount, and just rub this all over my face. I have a love-hate relationship with primer, but for the most part, I do think it does something. So we're gonna let that dry down and get tacky, but we're gonna move right on to carving out my eyebrows. I'm gonna be using the Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 16 for this step. And like I was saying earlier, this makeup is gonna be very pinky, very girly. Taking this flat little brush, I don't know where it's from, maybe a hair store, I don't know. And I'm gonna carve out my eyebrows. I like to start in the middle and go down and then come back from the front. And then I'm going to take that concealer and also just place it all over my eyelid because we will be putting on some eyeshadow for this look today. And to blend that out, I'm going to be using this Morphe M173 brush and some of this Laura Mercier translucent setting spray. And we're going to just blend that out. I just feel like YouTube should change their copyright rules. Like, if I'm not aimlessly posting the whole song on YouTube, I shouldn't get copyrighted. Like, if I'm clearly doing my makeup and just music in the background, why am I getting flagged or dinged? I just think that's a bit unnecessary. And then I'm gonna just blend that out with a beauty blender. So now I'm gonna go in with the Juvia's Place liquid bronzer in the shade Rich Cocoa. And we're gonna do some underpainting these next few steps. We're gonna do about 3 dots in this direction. And to blend this out, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer brush. It has this nice little slant that I think is perfect for blending out bronzer. I feel like makeup is a practice till perfect type of thing. Like, I will always vouch that when I first started doing makeup, I was not good. This is years in the making of learning, also learning your face, like learning your face, trying different products. And makeup is not a cheap hobby or interest. So, by any means possible, do you need to use any other products that I am using? Not necessary. Taking the beauty blender and we're just gonna blend that out. When in doubt, what? Blend it out. Okay. Blend, 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 blend. Since I've started doing this step of under painting, I have never went back. Like, this is this little brush, I don't even know where it's from. It even is broke. But this is what I use for my nose contour. And I try to keep it like right here and dragging it up into my eyebrow. Look at how tiny I just made my nose. Like the power of contour. That's what I look like. Next, I'm gonna go in with this Morphe Cheek Thrill palette as some underpainting of blush. We're gonna go in with this top one. This is a cream. I'm gonna just put it on this brush and put it right there. This is like the main important part. You obviously can use whatever blush you want. I want to put this right underneath my eye as well as keeping it up on my cheekbones because I don't have a pink setting powder just yet. And I want that like pink under eye. Like you'll see. Stick with me. Cute. I love it. I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of the top shade of pink in this Juvia's Place palette. You see that? Dust it off. Dust it off. Moving right back on to concealer. I'm going to use the Juvia's Place concealer again. I'm just going to put it underneath my eye, outer corner, a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on my chin. And I want to take a little bit of my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Light 2.8. It's a lighter shade of concealer. I want to put that like right on top of the inner corner, just for some extra brightness. I'm debating on if I want to use my e.l.f. Halo Glow or my NARS foundation as we wait for this to dry down, or our face. I'm going to take my NARS foundation in the shade Tahoe, pump a little bit on the back of my hand, taking this Morphe M166 brush to apply it on the bottom half of my face. Just like that. And to blend this out, we're going to take my Real Technique 200 brush, spraying it with this setting spray. Give my face a quick mist, because why not? And we're going to blend this out in stipple motions. Stipple, 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 stipple. And before this dries down too much, we're going to go ahead and quickly blend this out with the Real Techniques 210 brush, spraying it with some more setting spray. Another layer, because why not? And starting from the inner corner and blending that out. And to go ahead and set this all off, I'm going to go in with the One Size translucent powder. I really need to try their pink one, like I was saying earlier, because I just think that is just so tea. And just take my little sponge and dip it in there. Take the excess off, please. And go ahead and put that right underneath. This is setting it. We are not baking. We are setting with this step. And remember, if you need to go back and blend before setting, you do that. Okay? And then we're gonna set my T-zone or any area that gets really shiny. And I want to go ahead and take the Maybelline Fit Me Press Powder in the shade 330, which is Toffee Caramel. And we're going to just set the rest of my face, the bottom half. And then instead of dusting off that powder, I'm going to take my beauty blender and just push it in. Now we're going to go in with my Juvia's Place bronzing palette in the shade Tan. I'm going to use the same brush I used for my liquid contour and then this random round brush to bronze back up to bring that brown back into my face, mainly around my forehead and obviously a little bit on my cheeks. Now we're gonna go back into this Morphe palette, and we're also gonna go into this Revolution blush palette, and we're about to bring it back, okay? Round two. Really gonna go in with this shade right here on that same e.l.f. brush, and I'm gonna tap some of that off. And we're gonna bring that right there. And I'm gonna put this one like more underneath my eyes, like I was telling you guys about, because it's less strong of a pink. And then from my Morphe palette, I'm gonna go in with the very bottom, dip it into that, tapping it off, and just keeping that right there. I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats highlighter. I'm gonna take this on my finger. First of all, you can literally see where my finger was. I really need to get more brushes. I'm gonna go in with my finger on this and just keeping it right there. Okay, base is done, base is eating. Let's go ahead and get into this eyeshadow, the tricky part. I'm gonna go in with the Real Techniques brush in 368. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, and I'm gonna apply it all over my lid, like such. When in doubt, what? Blend it out. So let's go ahead and just keep blending. Blend, blend, blend. I'm also gonna take the shade right above it and try to use that to buff out like crease, because I feel like it is just a bit much. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with this Real Technique brush in the number 369, and I'm going to take, I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade right here, and I want to focus that on like, ouch. I want to focus that more in like the crease, to just deepen it up. Okay, before I do anything else to the eyes, I'm gonna go in with a black eyeliner for underneath the waterline. Now we're gonna go in with the Revolution blush palette. First of all, I feel like I just really just ate that up. Like that black under eye added to the look. I feel like I should just leave it like this, but we're not. I'm gonna take the same pink shade that I just used as my blush earlier, putting it on that same 369 brush. So I'm just gonna put that right in my inner corner. And since I do have like a hooded eye, I have to bring this like way, 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 way up. 370 brush on this side, taking that same color and placing it underneath the waterline. I'm gonna take the other side of that brush and the highlighter, and I want to put some of that right in my brow bone. Just like that. Before we move on to lashes, I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips because I cannot fathom how dry they feel right now. So I'm gonna take the NYX lip liner in this shade Espresso. I'm gonna take the NYX Butter Gloss and I'm gonna put that top gloss. Okay, now literally the last thing is lashes. So we're gonna go in with the Maybelline Bubble Colossal Mascara, and that's why that just definitely added to the look. I was gonna put on some lash clusters, but I feel like since my eye is already hooded, it just covers up from the eye look, the eyeshadow look that I have going on. And so if you want to, if that's your preference, you do that. But I think I want to just stick with my mascara. This is the final look. I feel like such a princess. I'm ready to go out. I honestly feel like I need to make this my everyday makeup, even though it is a bit, you know. Look, I feel like the prettiest of princesses. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and you do this at home. Remember that makeup is supposed to be fun. Don't let it stress you out. Let me start here in the streets, God. If I get another chance to, I will never know, never.